Well, just wait. Well, there's I'm not going to use the mic.
My name is David Allen. I'm on the executive board of both WCTA and Enterprise Seattle. Welcome to McKinstry. We've been doing a lot of events here, and sometimes people ask us, why is this event at McKinstry, and what's the McKinstry relationship to this subject matter? And I'll explain that by saying that we are deeply invested in Enterprise Seattle and Washington Clean Tech Alliance for similar reasons, and that is that both organizations are advocates for a sustainable community. Sometimes we don't think about all these incremental technology ideas and business improvement ideas in the same light, but both organizations want this to be a viable place to do business, want it to be sustainable from an energy and waste management position. We want young people to be able to stay here and have jobs here. We want to attract the best and the brightest companies. So in an interesting sense, you have a co-sponsorship of WCTA Enterprise Seattle. Tom Rankin, back here, the Executive Director of Washington Clean Tech Alliance. Thank you. And Jeff Marcel, where are you? Led there, the CEO of Enterprise Seattle, and had an interesting, has anyone looked at their devices and seen any announcement on a little company called Boeing today? Well, this will be a great time that I get to announce it. Boeing is going to announce that, well, they did an hour ago, or they are going to, a 4-year agreement with the Machinists Union to guarantee that 737 MAX is built in Renton. And the reason I wanted to mention that is that Jeff and his team, Enterprise Seattle, will play a huge role in the
Washington Aerospace
Partnership, which was worked really, really hard to help position Seattle and Everett to be where Boeing builds most of their primary jets, and it's just a fantastic step in the right direction. Those of us in the business of labor and management and those kind of things get really distressed when labor and management stay so far apart. McKinstry has 32 collective bargaining agreements around the country with 9 different trades. We work really hard to be partners with them. I'm hoping, I'm sure it came through, but this is a really seminal moment for labor and management coming together on something really long-term and big and significant to the future of our area. So, Jeff, thank you, and Tom, thank you for co-sponsoring this. Before I introduce Jeff, I just wanted to say that in this clean technology, clean energy space that everyone in this room is in or interested in, and particularly in history and the things we've been doing, we just can't jump on any winner. It's frustrating and exhausting to wait for George Jetson to come with a hydrogen ship that now no longer needs gas, or we don't have a light bulb that doesn't connect to electricity, or things that you watch on Star Trek and Star Wars over the last 30 years. The reality is we need to create, Bill and I were talking this morning, we need to create a pathway, a bridge into the 2040s so that the world's power demands can be met with renewable and cleaner energy sources. And so today, the technology you're going to hear about today is one of those things that we need to embrace. It is a now technology. It is being used all over the world, and the lowest uses in the United States. It has the data. It has all the things that would make it it is a viable option to gasoline cars. So, with that, I'm going to announce the speaker today, Jeff Stewart. I'm going to read it. I owe it to him to read it, so I don't flood it. Jeff Stewart, MBA, University of Oregon, is president of Blue Star Gas, and he'll tell you about the National Auto Gas Association he was talking to you about. We're working really hard to make sure people understand the facts and the data in a world where those are getting really distorted by the left. You never know the real story about technologies, whether it's a now technology, a new technology, or old technology. Blue Star Gas is a family-owned and operated 74-year-old enterprise which has 13 offices throughout Northern California, Oregon, and now Washington, and a new spot in Tukwila. Gentlemen from Tukwila over here, making sure we don't move them from Seattle, right? This is a recruitment. Jeff is also past chair of the National Propane Benchmarking Council and has a broad and deep understanding of alternative fuel options. His even-handed approach to fuel choice questions will make this event valuable for your understanding of alternative fuel use and other choices. To that, I would like to introduce Jeff Stewart.
Thank you very much. Today, my goal is to empower you to choose wisely between alternative fuels used for transportation. And since there's no one-size-fits-all alternative fuel, I will share with you some frequently unasked questions that reveal choices you can make today. Choices that yield environmental and economic benefits and enhance national energy security. To get the right answer, you have to be asking the right questions. There's so much noise surrounding alternative fuel choices, it's easy to think that your analysis is well-targeted, yet still miss criteria that, had you known them up front, would likely have simplified and expedited your research and ability to decide. But first, let's define the context within which we are making these decisions. In the 1970s, we were in a fuel crunch. Can you turn this down a little bit? Thanks. In the 1970s, we were in a fuel crunch. Many of you remember the lines of cars that went around the block of service stations, the hoarding, license plate number rationing. That was a real wake-up call, and it happened nearly 40 years ago. In fact, every U.S. president since Eisenhower has warned us that our dependence on foreign oil is a risk to national security and our economy. And the few quotes to share with you. Let this be our national goal. At the end of this decade, in the year 1980, the United States will not be dependent on any other country for the energy we need. Gerald Ford said that. Richard Nixon said that in 1974. We're now paying out $25 billion a year for foreign oil. 5 years ago, we paid out only $3 billion a year. 5 years from now, if we do nothing, who knows how many more billions will be flowing out of the United States. These are not just American dollars, these are American dollars. The nation's growing reliance on imports of oil threatens the nation's security. And what does our current sitting president say? We cannot keep going from shock to trance on the issue of energy security. Even energy sector experts agree that we do not have a national energy policy. Well, actually there is a national energy policy on oil stated by Peter Schwartz, who is the founder of GBN, which is a global consultancy. And it has 3 steps. 1 is increase demand. 2 is reduce supply. And 3, buy all the rest of what we need from people that hate us. The alarm has been ringing for decades. What have we done about it? Well, we've done a lot of researching, analyzing, mandating, incentivizing, and innovating. What we have not done nearly enough of is implementing any policy that's made any substantive progress toward reducing our reliance on foreign oil. The steady march upward of oil is shown here. By 2010, the U.S. consumed 18 million barrels of oil per day. However, the U.S. only produced about 5 million barrels of oil per day, according to the EIA. This means the United States had to import 71% of its oil to meet its consumption needs in 2010. So recall a couple of slides ago, Gerald Ford in 1975 lamented that we paid over $25 billion for foreign oil. Last year, this country collectively paid well over $300 billion for foreign oil. And that is our context that we're operating in. I want to share with you 4 premises that guide our thinking. 1, that alternative fuels, by alternative fuels, I mean alternatives to gasoline and diesel fuel. 2, that our addiction to foreign oil places our national security at risk and puts the